Hello there.
They're coming.
Stay hidden.
Leave us alone.
When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a trail. The Jedi Code is like an it. He cannot help it. Where is he?
Kenobi!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Star Wars Lost Hyperspace. I'm your host, Isaac Wilder, and I'm joined here with my friend, Matthew Manchester.
Watch everyone.
And today we're going to talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's finally here. And we are all excited. The two episodes we got was just amazing, and I loved it. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about it with you, Matthew. What did you think of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the two episodes we got?
I think it was pretty great how they started out. They set a good time and space with the fact of Order 66 happening, just like what they had done with Bad Batch and really like Bad Batch. They had a little setup with Order 66, with the Clone Wars ending. They ended with Order 66.
Okay.
Here it was like a good setup, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of Order 66 from the younglings' perspective.
From the Obi-Wan's. Yeah, we already got Obi-Wan Kenobi's point of view, Order 66. Yeah. We're joined here with our special guests, T.J Hamada and Gilbennil.
Hi.
Hi, guys. Yeah. So, what did you guys think of the Obi-Wan Kenobi? TJ.
It was great. I loved it. I guess it's a very new kind of Obi-Wan we're seeing, which on one hand, it takes some adjusting to get used to, especially seeing Ewan McGregor, because I'm used to seeing Ewan McGregor as the young, energetic, heroic
sarcastic
Obi-Wan. Yeah, sarcastic too. And now we're seeing him in a little more of a kind of a depressed state, almost like we saw Luke in The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's good. I think we'll get to see sort of how he managed to get from young, passionate Obi-Wan to depressed Obi-Wan to the wise old calm Obi-Wan from A New Hope. So I like how they're doing the transition. It takes some getting used to, but I like it.
Yeah. Gilbennil, what did you think?
I really like the show. I was honestly pretty surprised by the theme and the story, because I tend to enjoy just finding out what happens and not doing too much thinking ahead of time, because then I don't know, it takes out some of the joy of the discovery for me. So I didn't really know what I was expecting, but I was definitely surprised, and I loved that.
Yeah, I was like totally surprised on. I just was surprised on. I was going forward to this thinking it's gonna be Obi-Wan, Vader, and the Inquisitors, or Luke. I was expecting Luke to be part of the character also, but I went in there and we got a big surprise. Leia Organa.
Yeah, I kind of figured she would be in this show. I didn't realize she'd be like one of the main characters right from the beginning.
How else is he going to leave Tatooine?
Yeah, what did you think of Leia coming in, Matthew?
I think it was like, yes, they need a way for him to leave. Like, what's his purpose? And knowing about his depression state, as we had saw in the first episode, his duty is to the boy. And it was seeing Leia get involved. Comparing to now, when comparing the young Leia to the Obi-Wan, you're my only hope
Mm-hmm.
kind of Leia. That was very different.
Yeah, Gilbennil, what did you think?
I thought that she was awesome. They picked an amazing actress. She's both adorable and hilarious. And I think they did a really good job of just showing how much of Padme was in her.
Yeah,
And
I like
like
that.
she always keeps that because I mean, we've seen her before be very snotty to
Mhm.
Han and like, dude. she, like she's all business and she
Yeah,
always is. She has a rebellion to run and a galaxy to save, and it's really interesting to see how her early personality kind of
hmm
would become that.
yeah, yeah. That was good. Yeah, TJ.
Yeah, I enjoyed seeing how Bail Organa kind of sort of encouraged her in it, and yet at the same time,
Yeah,
you also can tell, she does mellow out a little with age, and you can see how they set up Bail Organa's influence over that, sort of letting her be who she is, and yet
yeah,
also sort of encouraging her with telling his own story of sort of finding out that his early dreams weren't all there was.
hmm
I liked the little relationship between Leia and Bail. That was fun.
chasing out
Who
after
was probably chasing pirates.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
That
like,
was,
that's what I
Sure.
said. And I think her arms did that too. I think she was like, that's what
I was
Sad. Yeah,
I was surprised
yeah,
when they said that Leia had a cousin who got mad at her for being polite to droids. And just the fact that she had a cousin to begin with. No matter
That was an
no
awesome,
matter
awesome
what.
demonstration of just she
Mhm.
doesn't like bullies ever.
Yeah. I really like the whole like chase in Alderaan. I like that chase there with her running away from those dudes. So did
yeah.
he even give us those dudes' name at all? Did they tell us their name at all? Oh,
Not that I recall. Maybe.
Yes,
Maybe I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I think they'll probably
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think they'll probably named Men 1, Men 2, and Alien 1.
well,
Something.
what species are they?
And they
They're
would all
mercenary
I
thug.
thought they were
Yeah, mercenary.
humans first.
If they ever make a Lego set with those guys in it and I can see the names written on the box, I will remember them forever. Until then, I'm probably just going to keep forgetting.
Yeah, I literally did
Okay.
not remember. I honestly thought Leia's mother was going to die at that scene there. I was like, Leia spoke of her mother dying. Was that Luke or was that Padme or her? I was
Well, Luke asked her whether she remembered her real mother, and then she mentioned remembering her mother dying, which could have been, she does seem to have some sort of empathy force abilities, so it's possible that she actually had some memory of that because of the force.
Yeah, that would make some sense for sure.
yeah.
Then why wouldn't Luke have that type of memory? Or is that just or because the force appears different in each person?
That's what I
It's
would think.
because he's a stereotypical Jedi and she's a talented Jedi.
She's so
Yeah,
talented that she doesn't become one.
Leia did show some very force like she was like a force sensitive type.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that? Like, I honestly really liked it. I really liked how they kind of put that little there with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they had him like Yeah, what did you guys think of that?
Well, they've got to explain why Leia would have contacted Obi-Wan when she needed help. So I think it makes sense to show the start of Leia and Obi-Wan's relationship.
But he always introduced himself as Ben, not Obi-Wan. He didn't say, "Oh, hey there, my name is Obi-Wan, by the way." He didn't
Well,
do that.
other people said that.
But would
Other
he
people said it, so she figured it out. Because
would he ever tell her his true name? Like, would he
well,
go
he doesn't need to.
She saw it on that
Because
hologram.
she read it,
oh yeah.
She's old
and
enough to
then
read.
later on, the Riva says it too,
Probably like 10
pretty loudly. So
Probably-
I'm pretty sure she heard that.
probably like 10 years he like Leia forgotten it because well no, because it said help me Obi-Wan Kenobi on my only hope.
Right.
But I thought her father told her that.
Well,
Right.
that was the original explanation. Now they're explaining
like
it in a
Changing
more
it,
interesting way.
changing it to like somehow Leia knew Obi-Wan for a long time ago. They were all together. They did some fun and adventure.
Well, that would explain why she names her kid Ben. Because like
That's true.
he didn't really know Obi-Wan as Ben
That's
Mhm.
true.
unless you
true.
have this.
I never thought of that. Yeah.
It makes you wonder how long ago they were planning this show. When
I
they were
wonder.
Probably a
writing.
long
Oh
time
God,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you remember there were rumors back when the sequels were starting to come out. There were going to be the 3 sequels, and then there was going to be Rogue One, Solo, and then a
Solo.
3rd movie that was either going to be Obi-Wan or Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, yeah. Those are the one I heard from. But in 2015, I started hearing more of like, oh, they're gonna make an Obi-Wan Kenobi series. That's when it started to come out. Oh, we want Ewan McGregor back into the series, but they didn't know what yet. But we got him in an Obi-Wan Kenobi, which was which I gotta say, the 2 episodes we got was stunning and amazing and surprising.
Oh, new
At all
question.
time. Yeah.
So, new question. What did you think about the Jedi that we see? Apparently, Obi-Wan was not the only Jedi on Tatooine, and basically, of a Jedi that was there was kind of having the same mindset as Kanan, Ezra, Luke, and those of you who are seeing Jedi Fallen Order, that Cal will be another person to compare to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very different.
Honestly, I don't know. But I wish we kind of figure out more of where that Jedi came from instead of just introducing him and then suddenly like finishing him. I kind of wish we got a little more.
Could he have been one of those younglings in the opening scene? I didn't go back and check, but
I don't know. He looked more like an alien. Oh, different. Was he human for?
He looked
Human.
human enough that he could have maybe been, and he also looked young enough that he maybe could have been.
Okay.
That happened 10 years later.
I don't know if they wouldn't have him be a youngling unless it served the story, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And since Riva, who I would assume is in that, I
Mm.
would assume that Riva is in that opening. And they didn't show any sort of recognition, I would doubt it.
Yeah.
And
So-
his name was Nari, by the way.
Oh.
okay.
Let's go on. Let's talk about Ava. I think that's her name, right? What did
Riva.
you
Riva?
Riva?
I think.
Ava?
Yeah,
Riva?
with an R.
Riva.
Riva.
I've been
We were
calling
just
her
talk-
Reva based on the written word, but I
Reva.
think it's Riva.
I called her Reva too.
Riva.
So.
We were
What did
just
you guys?
talking about her. We were talking about. the
Yeah. What
Jedi.
did you? What
Oh,
did
we
you
were
guys
just
think?
talking about the younglings surviving. The younglings. just
Nari. Yeah, so Riva, I would assume, is one of the younglings.
Yeah. How
But
about
we'll
yeah,
find out.
Reva? What did you guys think of Reva? Like
Awesome.
as an inquisitor.
She's clearly trying to become Darth Vader's apprentice
Yeah.
when he
Yeah.
inevitably kills Sidious and takes over the Empire. She wants to be the apprentice.
It really looks.
And capturing Kenobi is her way to prove that she's worthy. She also looks like such a kid.
And she looks desperate too. Like
Yeah.
And how
Yeah.
and how the night and how the fifth brother and the Grand Inquisitor both were talking to her. Seemed like they were bullying her in a way.
The Grand Inquisitor seems to despise her. The fifth brother honestly seems to be trying. He seems to have a. The Grand Inquisitor just seems to really just hate her. The fifth
Yeah.
brother almost seems to be more like, "What is your problem?"
why? What do you
Kind of
want?
like a brother.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
like,
a mean brother.
calm down. We gotta if you wanna this isn't exactly the best people to hang around. You gotta not make the Grand Inquisitor mad. Otherwise you might end up dead.
What did
Or
you think?
worse than dead.
One of the things I found interesting about what was being said,
Mhm.
and that right when they were correcting her for the first time was with the Jedi. And it
Mhm.
was funny that he was saying the key to hunting a Jedi is patience. Which sounds to be more of a Jedi trait.
A
than
Jedi
a
thing,
Sith
yeah.
trait. And as you keep in mind, he said that Jedi hunt themselves, which that sounded
Yeah,
kind
that
of
was
strange.
a weird line there. I didn't connect that when he said Jedi's hunt themselves. Like that was
It's a poetic way of saying the Jedi make it easy for themselves to be hunted.
okay. Okay.
That's what I saw in there.
But they're easy targets.
And specifically about the idea of patience. Remember, the Sith lived in the shadows for literal thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like the Jedi might be patient with like their emotions and like being gentle people,
Mhm.
but the Sith lurk and wait and wait.
And if you look at Palpatine, if you look at how old he was when he finally revealed,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of life for a
Yeah.
human to go through, hiding and
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
playing another character.
Yeah,
Acting.
he was pretty patient waiting for his time in Hexagon. That's good.
Well, and you know what they seem to be making a big point out of showing is that Riva, sorry, I've been calling her Reva for a long time. Riva does not have patience.
Yeah.
Which they're not necessarily showing that that's all good or all bad for her at the
Mhm.
moment, but they are clearly making a point that Riva is not patient, and I'm curious to see where that'll take her and where that'll take the story.
And then
She also
then she took revenge on like the brother and the Grand Inquisitor were being mean to her, basically. And then she finally took revenge on the Grand Inquisitor by killing him.
killing him. Yeah, what did you
But that
guys
was on
Or
her
did
level.
she?
But that
what
was
did
on
you
her
guys think
level.
of that? Like suddenly
That was her
Unexpected.
levels.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
I was
The Grand
surprised
Inquisitor does tell
when I was
Kanan
watching this show. Like suddenly
he died.
he let the Inquisitor go in, and then she stabs the lightsaber at him.
When she first did it, I was thinking, oh wait, is that a hologram? Is all a trick? And I was like, wait, no.
His
She did stab him.
And then there was
body
the
actually hit the ground. Yeah,
Grand Inquisitor survives enough to tell him to be killed by Kanan, and at the same time saying there's a lot more to fear than
But
death.
what was that a different Grand Inquisitor? I mean, there could have been many different Grand Inquisitors.
But when you
Like,
say Grand Inquisitor,
I
I think
mean,
of the Inquisitor.
if they're twin brothers that both have the exact same tattoos, maybe? I don't think so. I mean, Darth Vader survived.
Well,
No,
you
no, no.
know,
Yes,
Star
Darth
Wars
Vader
does have a
survived. I
thing.
meant Darth Maul.
yeah,
Well,
Darth Maul
Star
survived.
Wars does have a thing about tattooed brothers and stuff.
yeah.
This is true. But Maul survived. So my theory is he's injured. Of course he survives. He has to survive. But he's basically out of the picture for the rest of the show. This is their
Maybe.
way of having Reva have a real chance of doing
okay.
something big
Well-
without him being there.
Well, clearly she somehow duped the rest of them because in the trailer there is a scene of Reva and the fourth sister, who's that other Inquisitor, and the fifth
Yep.
brother all around a table.
Mhm.
And there's some other scenes in the Fortress Inquisitorius without the Grand Inquisitor there. And since we know he survives, I mean, let's just say when he shows
Something
back
happens.
up again, that's going to be bad news for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like once you go out, we need to have a little chat. Like after leave out.
Mhm.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow, she already terrified me from the picture. Like she just came in and started, like she was already in Russia, like, let's kill people and get what we want.
And
Okay.
chop their hands off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Sounds
little intense.
strange.
Yeah. That was
But then
intense
the
to
fifth
watch.
brother is like, well, no, we'll reward you. Back off. And I'm like, these people are inquisitors. Isn't this like their entire point? They
Yeah. I feel
Threaten
like
to
she,
kill
What their
people?
goal is.
I
Well,
felt
but-
like she acted more like how the Inquisitor should act than
Well,
the actual Inquisitors.
the goal of
this
the
is what we're
Inquisitors,
familiar with, though.
Yeah.
but the goal of the Inquisitors is to hunt Jedi. And
Mhm.
clearly, Reva, the third sister, and the fifth brother have different ideas about how to hunt Jedi. And I mean, I think, you know, the evil people in Star Wars have a habit of offering friendship, offering reward. It
This
doesn't
is
necessarily
true.
surprise me.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah. That
But
is.
she doesn't
true.
want to be an inquisitor. She wants to be a Sith.
Yeah.
She wants to be in charge.
She doesn't really know Vader.
Well, she does know enough to say, Obi-Wan, he's alive.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's alive.
I really think
Anakin
she
is
does know
alive.
Vader. I kind of feel like she does know Vader, but she doesn't know. I don't think she's seen Vader out of his suit before. Oh no, in his suit before. Sorry, not out of his suit.
Yeah.
That'd just be gross.
I don't think she quite understands the depth of his evil.
Ness. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't actually be surprised because she came to them. If she was a kid in that flashback,
Mm-hmm.
then she escaped and
Mhm.
then she hid. And then she chose to become an inquisitor. She somehow proved to them that she was strong enough in the Force
Mm-hmm.
and willing enough to be trained. So my guess is she's been trying for this for a while. She wants power, she wants safety, she wants security, and becoming a Sith is how she thinks she's gonna get it. And just I think she knows Vader well enough.
I think she.
Maybe.
Doesn't
It's
know-
not
I
like-
don't think she knows her well. I don't think she knows her as well as like for example, if we go back, sorry, moving a little off topic, if we go back to like the Bad Batch, Crosshair theory of wanting to work with the Empire and maybe take over whatever he was planning on doing. I don't think he knows the Empire that well to do what he wanted to do. That's what I think. I think somehow Darth Vader will probably betray him or betray her and maybe kill her or something like that. Or later on,
Absolutely.
Or later on, she turns into the light side.
Remember
Yeah.
your theory that Obi-Wan was gonna save her, and then she was gonna be killed.
Yeah, that was
by-
my theory.
by
Probably Obi-Wan will
Vader.
save her, and then and like remember Jedi Fallen Order? Like the Inquisitor there at the end was about wanting to change, and then Darth Vader kills her after that. Like it,
It was
it was
too late.
It was too late. I feel like that may happen to Reva. I
Reba.
keep talking. I keep thinking of Reba.
Yeah, from a different
Comedy.
show.
That's a little bit of a different thing.
The very popular singer Reba.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking of her. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think she's gonna survive though.
I don't either. I think she's gonna die. I think it's up in the air whether she'll die evil or die good.
Good.
If I had to make a personal guess, she's probably going to be evil up until almost the last. I mean, I think she'll turn good. If she turns good, it'll be right before she dies, kind of like Darth Vader, kind of a one final act.
That'll be so sad. Oh,
Well, that's the point. They
Matthew,
have
what
to
do you
make it
think?
sad.
How do you think he would die?
I think,
Or
Well,
she will lie or live?
my question is, which of those Inquisitors were in Rebels?
The Grand
This is
Inquisitor
before Rebels. If
and the
Reva
fifth
was
brother.
one of the Inquisitors in Rebels,
Yeah.
I didn't recognize the other lady they brought in
No,
later.
she's not.
Yeah.
I was told that she was the fourth sister, which means she's a new Inquisitor for this show.
Mm.
I think.
Uh-huh.
Don't quote
Which
me on
makes
that.
sense because they've had plenty
Maybe she'll be one of
over the
but
years.
the Night Brother for sure is.
maybe
in-
she'll be one of the Inquisitor that Obi-Wan, probably the only Inquisitor Obi-Wan gets to kill in the show. Maybe
Oh, that's
Mhm.
true.
making a guess.
Yeah. I doubt that Reva will be able to stay anywhere near the Grand Inquisitor, because like she just tried to stab the guy, or she did stab the guy.
I would have gone for
So
the
yeah, that's
head.
not gonna.
My guess is
That would have been the
that
smart way to go.
she's gonna my guess, this is just my guess.
Yeah.
She's gonna go back. She's gonna dupe the rest of the Inquisitors into thinking maybe that Obi-Wan killed the Grand Inquisitor. Or something.
Probably.
And
yeah, that's
then
what
they're
happened.
going to maybe somehow she's going to get them to respect her somehow. Lo and behold, big dramatic moment, Grand Inquisitor's going to return, and Reva's going to have to make a very quick escape, and then she's going to sort of end up being a Maul Ventress kind of former Sith gone rogue.
That would be
and on the run.
cool if they just leave
It
her
would
alive
be.
and then they show us, and then all through Star Wars they like show her,
And then she shows up in Ahsoka.
and
Because everything's
That'd be
connected
really
now.
cool for
yeah,
that.
everything is pretty much connected. Ahsoka,
Oh,
Obi-Wan Kenobi,
speaking-
Mandalorians, all feels connected. Like,
Speaking
Pretty
of
much.
all of these characters able to survive in the other, the clone.
oh yeah,
Becca.
Tamora Morrison.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I
I
was,
just
think
Obi-Wan's
all-
face.
Do you think
He
all
was
the
just
clones?
like,
Do you think all of the clones who were still replaced by stormtroopers became like that one trooper?
maybe, maybe.
I would not expect the Empire to take care of them. That's
Yeah,
for
me
sure.
neither.
I also think that it was just heartbreaking, and a really good thing for the show to like point out, because before it's just been like they vanished.
Yeah.
What happened to them?
Never see them again.
Who knows?
So hopefully we get more of an explanation.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
The only thing that was a little disappointing to me about that scene is I feel like that scene is an indicator that we are not going to get any other major clone characters in Obi-Wan Kenobi, like Captain Rex or Cody, because of the fact that they brought Tamora Morrison back to play a clone. since they just used it with a random clone, I suspect that probably means we're not gonna get someone like Cody, which would have been
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was
cool. But
hoping
still,
to-
it was a nice scene. I liked it.
I had heard.
I was
from a
actually hoping,
different-
maybe is that Cody laying around there just, but he would have worn yellow armor, and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
would
I heard. I
recognize.
heard from some other people saying that that clone was hinting that they were going to bring other clones into the story.
It shows that some of them are alive.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe.
I would love. Cody was a general, so I bet Darth Sidious probably had an important thing for him, or somehow.
He didn't care about anybody.
But
Only
Cody,
for
he
himself.
sent he sent the code to Cody. He said, "Cody, execute Order 66." So I'm like, Cody
I don't
Rack.
think he didn't say his name.
He did.
Did he?
Yes. He said, Commander
So
Cody,
weird.
execute Order 66.
And he doesn't care. He didn't care about anybody.
So,
Unless they can do something for him.
I mean, he could have used mind trick to find out his name. Or what? Not mind trick. So that's Jedi thing.
Or he has a list. Obi-Wan is with Commander Cody.
Yeah.
Anakin is with Commander
Rex.
or Captain Rex.
But
You know, all
Rex is-
these
That would be
Probably
a
is a-
funny
cheat sheet somewhere.
that'd be a funny scene for like some Lego spoof
go.
of him going
would
through his
be.
list.
execute.
Cheat sheet of
Obi-Wan.
clone commanders.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you wait, Commander. Don't tell me. Bly? No. Okay, tell me.
Yeah, that would be a pretty funny scene.
Yeah.
So let's get into like Arderon. What did you guys like? I see Arderon as this beautiful planet. And then when you think about it, I was kind of like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's so sad, because we know already what happens in the original 4.
hmm
It gets destroyed. And
Yeah. It
it's-
was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
That's the
Honestly,
point.
It was so beautiful. And then you
Although Leia running away from 3 grown-ups is very unrealistic. It was a cool scene, but completely unrealistic.
yeah.
Especially with all
Those were some
twigs.
very incompetent mercenaries.
The
I
twigs,
know.
all
They
the
just
stuff in
couldn't
the
catch her.
woods. All those things in the woods that she was able to avoid, all but
Yeah, which
The
is
hunters
ran
could not.
slow.
I'm kind
Running
of
into
wondering,
trees.
I'm
I
kind of
know.
wondering- I'm wondering, my guess is that she had been in the woods enough that she has like a good map
Oh yeah.
of
Oh,
like
yeah.
she has memorized it. She knows this leads there,
Or
and she could just she like master it. Then her hunters were like just there, like they would the sister has sent them there to
Yeah.
get
Mhm.
her. They were just came with no maps, with no like they don't even know where all the trees are and all of that. So maybe maybe that would explain some of that.
Yeah, I think she pretty much has memorized the place, and she knew what he had. Yeah. Yeah, she's been there long enough. Well, probably like
this
Yeah.
goes back to the like empathy stuff. And she was somehow confusing them slightly without realizing.
yeah,
Somehow messing up
the strange
their
the strange thing is,
reflexes slightly.
yeah. The strange thing, I
Maybe.
wonder why that guard didn't pull out his gun at the time. He just like walked to her when she was literally yelling help. Like he didn't pull out his gun and just like look around. He just like help. He was about to go hug Leia, and I'm like, and then he got shot, and I'm like, okay, that was fast.
Well, help could mean her droid fell in the river or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
He didn't necessarily know what was going on, but it was kind of weird that he didn't have Well, I guess he was
God.
just looking for a kid that was running away, so it does make sense.
I
why
mean, it also was in the
that was
forest
gone out.
too. So,
Yeah.
It was just
how did he even? Remember the ship that she was saying? She was naming the ship. She was saying
Mhm.
the ship, the ship. I don't remember the last, and she was probably delivering something.
He's
that they
probably
made
looking
the
for pirates.
pirates. I think the last one I think was the ship that actually got there to take her away.
Except the guy was already in the forest
Oh
watching
yeah,
her.
watching her. So
I mean, maybe his buddies came later. I don't know, but that would be cool.
yeah, that
That
was
would be
just very different. That was just odd.
okay, Matthew, do you have something?
What did you think about the whole idea of Obi-Wan with a blaster and all his ways of trying to basically keep himself from being revealed as a Jedi when he's like it was very funny when Leia said to him, can you make me float? Make me float.
Mm.
And he says, no. And then he was like, you're not you're not using lightsaber, you're not using the force, you can't be a real Jedi.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was a fun scene, and Obi-Wan did make him float at the end of
It
it.
was foreshadowing.
Yeah.
It was also funny when she was like, my droid's broken. And he's like, good. And then he's like, oh wait, I just said good, your droid's broken. I need to
I need to fix
Do you
that.
really think
and he's
they'll
like, I mean
fix-
I
that's
think so.
it can probably be fixed.
So what happened to her? Or what happened to her?
Yeah.
He was scary as hell. Why
He's
when
like,
he
oh wait.
said- why when he said your droid is
Okay.
broken, he said good, and I'm like, ouch, man. He's not the man we knew.
He doesn't understand kids.
Yeah, we were like, he's not the man we knew. Like, I honestly thought Leia was going to be like annoying, and he was. I didn't think Leia was going to be one of the character I would.
Do you
like.
think she would have been more? I don't know if she'll be like many people thought Ahsoka was very annoying at first,
Annoying,
and then
yeah.
she grew up, she became more grown up. And then there was the time then we see her all of that, and then we see Omega show up and
People thought
people afraid
that was going to be annoying too. A lot of people didn't like kids like in the show, but and because they kind of get annoying somehow. But a lot of people, Ahsoka, when Ahsoka came in, everybody thought it was like she was complaining and annoying, and then it took a long time before now. Ahsoka is one of the best.
She was always
characters.
awesome.
Yeah.
She was
I-
always awesome.
I never found her annoying because the banter between her and Anakin was funny. Honestly,
It was.
I thought it
yeah.
was funny. But I thought who? What's her name? I keep forgetting. Leia.
Reva.
Leia. I thought Leia was going to be one of those characters that would bother Obi-Wan Kenobi the entire episode and ask her so many questions. Why are you here? Why is this? I know that she's curious. Honestly, I thought she might be like a lot.
And she does a good job
really good.
defending herself.
Yeah.
When Obi-Wan finally found her, who came in and then he
She-
fell. And
But
it's
That
like,
was probably the
Where's
best
the
part of that
army?
episode.
How long is it going to take people in Star Wars to realize that when they open the cell door, the person is going to be on the side or on the ceiling or
ceiling.
something like Ezra always used to do?
I guess Obi-Wan didn't see that much in the Clone Wars, like what Anakin did a lot in the Clone
Yeah,
Wars.
he must not have ever watched the movies or the shows.
Guess he never watched Rebels either.
Yeah, I like my favorite. I gotta say, my new favorite line in Star Wars was when he says, "Everybody bleeds," and then he drops that spice. That was my favorite line.
that was
I gotta say
that was funny.
that was funny and a fun line. And
They
he-
have to have a cool line.
yeah, and then he
they have to
walks
have
out
cool
like
lines.
nothing happens.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What did you
Although I
think-
thought
what do you think about him using a blaster? Like 10 years after
Well,
he says
he was trying to
that
avoid
they're on civilized.
he was trying to avoid using a
Lightsaber.
lightsaber.
I
So it
mean,
makes sense.
just like in episode 3, you do what you need to do to survive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he preferred lightsabers,
Um,
but he didn't want to get captured.
Yep.
And he was
And
yeah.
I thought it was really interesting, particularly about Blaster, is when he meets the Haja. I don't know, the Haja Estri.
Yeah.
He doesn't like do any of the Jedi, like calm stuff. He's like Blaster in it, right in him, and he's like,
Yeah.
That guy was hilarious.
he
A hoax
was.
Jedi. I mean, of course, when you think about it logically, that's got to be happening in a
And the
galaxy where
eyebrow
there's
thing.
Jedi.
Can't do that.
But then to actually get to see a fake Jedi, that was so funny.
I thought he was
I love that he was using mag. I first thought he was I thought he was like a shallow or show off Jedi who just goes around and show off
I
his
thought he
power and
maybe it was just the trying to use he was like calling the force and all of that magic. I think it was more of trying to be a magic trick kind of person and was using Jedi as that. Like, oh, everybody knows Jedi use the force, and then like he says instead of a magician, he
Yeah.
says Jedi.
but yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi was pretty good. That guy was pretty funny. I like his play like
Don't be alarmed. This is a mind
Don't be
trick. I am entering
yeah.
your mind.
he had a whole show set there. But yeah, that was
He's a funny actor.
yeah, I hope we
He's
get
a
to
really
see
funny actor.
I hope we get to see him
I
in,
know. They can't let that be the last time we
Yeah,
see
this is
him.
I don't think it will be.
because he was one of
It
he
can't
was in the
be.
cast. I mean, he was in the list of cast. If they was just going to make him not either, it could have made him like one of those extra guy who we just saw.
Well, so was the guy who played Owen, and I doubt we'll see Owen until like the
Yeah.
last episode.
We hardly saw Aunt Beru anyway.
Yeah, and like she was on that list. But I really hope we see him again because he's
Really
such a
hope
great
we-
actor.
Yeah, I really hope
And
we
just
get to-
hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, last time you said TJ we were going to get something more than what we got. I honestly was expecting like a new Jedi or something like that. And then
Not
we
yet.
got something unexpected like Leia. Like Leia wasn't in the cast list. And-
I still think they are building towards some huge reveal that's bigger than the Grand Inquisitor or Leia, or I mean, rematch between Vader and Obi-Wan. Qui-Gon's Force Ghost, obviously. But I think there's something big that nobody's gonna see coming.
There's gotta be.
Speaking on Qui-Gon and all that, remember Yoda did say, teach you how to commune with him, I will.
Yeah, but he tried, remember? He
Yeah,
tried twice.
But that's the thing. He closed himself in the Force for 10 years.
Yeah.
He closed himself in the Force.
Yeah. He
Maybe
closed
that
himself in the
was
Force
why
and
he
he was
couldn't
asking
communicate.
for help. That's what I found so funny. He closed himself. How could he communicate if he closed himself from communicating?
I don't know if they ever specifically said he closed himself off from the Force. He just stopped using it. Because there are some Jedi like Seer in Jedi Fallen Order who like cut themselves off so much they couldn't even use the Force
Use the
anymore,
Force
pretty
anymore,
much.
yeah. Mhm.
Or if they did, they would have to go through a huge process of figuring out how to do it again.
We saw with
Clearly
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan didn't do that.
Yeah, we saw a little bit with Obi-Wan's hands, like he struggled a little,
Like Luke.
Yeah.
Like a muscle you haven't
we saw
used in a
little
long
bit.
time.
Like
Definitely
in
Luke has not
episode
used
8.
it for a long time enough that it kind of knocked him out.
What did you think about the
Kill him,
fact
that's what I was saying.
these, I'm not sure exactly what was going on. Like when he told the Jedi, the fight is done. It's time for
Yeah,
for
that
the
was sad.
for the
Sad.
it's like time for the end.
Well,
And then they,
yeah.
which is right off of Luke just did that to Ray.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
Luke
they
just
both
ended.
failed their apprentices. Ben and Ben becoming Kylo, Anakin becoming Vader.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was sad.
That is a really good connection.
TJ, any last things? Is that
Well, I can say that I like the Grand Inquisitor more than I thought I would from the trailer. When I
okay?
first saw the trailer and saw he didn't look like the Rebels Inquisitor, I was kind of
Yeah.
disappointed. But
I
now
looked close
I,
to.
I really, I think he looks cool as is, and I'm
Yeah, I was
definitely
hoping
okay
to
with him now.
I was hoping to see him in some action, but like
I'm a little disappointed with the Fifth Brother's voice, but
I liked it. He really sounded.
I
so
loved
close to-
it.
He
It
didn't. He
sounded
didn't just sound
awesome.
deeper enough. He didn't
Well,
sound
but
deep enough,
the-
but the attitude and the character, he put it all together.
yeah,
really
but
well.
in Rebels, the Fifth Brother has like a Spanish accent.
Oh, he does.
I think so.
Huh.
I don't
I should go
remember.
back
It's
and
been a
check that.
couple
But
years since I
still,
watched
he
it.
looks good, and I am not one of those people who likes to just nitpick over, oh, that wasn't the same, oh, that wasn't the same.
I am. I'm one of those people.
You
Well,
know
no,
what they
because-
did do wrong?
What?
In the captions, it says Jedi's with an S.
Which is something
As
I said.
Star Wars has never said.
Hmm.
Sounds
That-
like
In
Sounds
Jedi,
like-
there's one Jedi. There are Jedi.
Where
with
what I didn't watch it with
Jedi.
captions. Was the audio correct?
Yes.
Because I didn't hear anyone say Jedi's.
I don't.
No, it said Jedi breathing. Jedi's.
But
Jedi-
whoever did the captions was like Jedi's.
Jedi's.
Hmm.
Instead of Jedi.
Like,
It's pretty funny.
are your caption people Star Wars fans?
They
Maybe not.
should be.
I mean, it's okay though. I guess to have a job, you don't have to be like a fan. So I get that.
Yeah.
But I would kind of hope that someone like checked the captions.
Oh, they'll
'Cause-
fix it later. They'll fix it later.
Yeah. Hopefully they see this and they'll be like,
Oh no, we
we spelled that
typed it.
wrong. And then they'll fix it. Or maybe someone else will tell them. But
Yep.
it's not Jedi's.
We gotta close up here.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you for joining us, guys.
I don't really have
thank you.
anything. I don't really have anything to say, except I look forward to seeing what else they may do.
Uh-huh.
From what they've done with these last two episodes, if I had heard it right, it kind of looks like they're doing the it's always like a movie. They're
Mhm.
just breaking it up into parts. I
Yeah.
think I heard that from somewhere. I think someone has said something about they had already kind of made the movie. Now they're just saying, how much
They're
the
making-
best are we
they're
going to
making
show
a movie.
here?
They're
What
making it
different
like
is
a
that?
movie.
And they kind of have. They cut in those areas.
Mhm. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. And yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi was good. And thank you for our Amazon listeners and Spotify. Don't forget to look us on Amazon and Spotify. And yeah, this podcast was fun. Thank you guys for joining us, TJ.
Thank you for having me on.
Gilbennil. And may the fourth be with you.
May the force
May the force
be
be
with you.
May the force be with you as well.
May the force be with you.
Always.
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 Always.